Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. How are you guys doing? I hope you're fine. I'm smiling a lot in this video, but 2024 has been a great year, and in this video we're going to recap all of it, everything that has happened from January down to December. I know, looking at my life this year, it can seem like everything just happened and went well for me, but there are some other things that happened in 2024. I had a lot of struggles. I went through a lot of things in order to achieve all that I have achieved this year, and I want to give a more realistic point of view to my 2024, share some of the challenges, the tough times I went through, how I overcame them, and discuss a little bit more about the behind the scenes of all the things I was able to do this year. And the reason I'm filming this video is just to motivate anybody out there that certain things are possible, that you can work towards certain things and achieve them. And ultimately, God is just in control of all our lives. So you know what to do. If you are watching this video, please give it a thumbs up by clicking the thumbs up button down below. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and leave a comment for me in the comment section. So let's get into the video. From the top of my head, I would say one of the worst mistakes I made this year, and I'm still making, is overthinking and worrying. I have worried a lot this year. I've done a lot of overthinking, like even things that I did not know how to solve, or maybe there was a solution. I was overthinking, I was worrying a lot this year. And the unfortunate thing is I don't even know how to stop worrying or how to stop overthinking, but if I could, it's something that I think I should have done this year, worry less. But yeah, if apart from that, from the top of my head, I can't think of any other mistake that I made in 2024. Worrying actually made me work a bit harder. Yes, it made me work a bit harder. When I worry, I am also trying to find solutions. So not just worrying, I was able to come up with some solutions and other ways to help me solve what I was worrying about. In 2024, I think all my worries was related to money. It was all finances. I feel like if I had a lot of money this year, I would not have worried as much. I struggled a lot financially because of all the commitments and things I needed to achieve. Everything that I did this year needed money and needs money. So my biggest struggle and reason for worry was just finances, and thinking that maybe some things will not be possible because I didn't have the money to achieve it. But yeah, we thank God overall. So first and first, I prayed and I believed in God and I committed everything into God's hands. And I would say God made a way. God provided for me through other people. He provided for me through my parents, provided for me through my sister, provided for me through my husband as well. These people were very, very supportive for me during this period, because on my own I was doing my NYSC for most of the year, and I also made a video about how much I earned during that period. And with all my small additional income, that was what I was using to maintain myself, to take care of myself. So none of my own money was sufficient enough to achieve the goals or anything that I achieved this year. So it was just the grace of God and my family. yes, God came through for me this year. And I mentioned earlier that if I knew how to stop worrying and stop overthinking, I really would. But a lesson I've learned this year, and that is going to be my theme for 2025. Every year I try to set a theme for the year, and 2025's theme is going to be let go and let God, because that's my biggest lesson this year, that even with all my worries and all my overthinking and everything, God still made a way for me. I didn't have to do anything of my own to make all these things possible. So next year I just plan and try to, and I'm also praying for the grace and help from God to help me cast all my worries and burden on Him, and not to overthink about anything, honestly. In 2023, I had to prepare for 2024, and some of the plans that I made in 2023 was to, write the exams and pass successfully and let everything else just flow. I didn't know how it was going to happen. I just made the plans and started taking steps towards achieving it. Also, I think earlier in 2023 or so, yes, there's a video I actually made in 2023. I'm going to put in a clip of that video. I was trying to talk about how one needs to dedicate a certain period of time in their life in order to achieve whatever goal that they want to, because you might think, oh my God, going through this process will take me 6 months, but 6 months will come anyways. So I'm going to put that video. I filmed it before I started my whole exam or preparatory process, before I even knew what I was going to do in my life. But that's that. Alrighty, so let us go through 2024. 2024 started, I think it started okay. At the beginning of the year, that was January, I was working in a hospital here in Abuja, and I was also studying for PLAB 1, and I was preparing for my sister's wedding. So I had these 3 things going on during that period, and I had to, plan my January schedule in a way that I had time off work so that I can be there for my sister's wedding and at the same time studying for my PLAB 1 exams. It was a bit challenging because I really wanted to be involved in my sister's wedding. I'd been in China for 6 years. I'd missed a lot of family events, and being back in Nigeria, I really want to ensure that I don't miss any significant family events. But I tried my best. I was studying, reading for the exams at the same time, trying to be useful and trying to participate in some activities. And it went well. That's when I also had the 4-day course for the exam, where I had a class for about 8 hours a day. But I was able to balance it up. The wedding went successfully, and I did the course as well. I think that was my January. In February, that was when I took my PLAB 1 exam. That's when I took my PLAB 1 exam, and thank God that went well. That was successful. I did my best to study for that exam. That was the first part of my UK medical licensing exam, and I took the exam in February. I don't think any other significant thing happened in February. It was just me taking the exam. I had been working towards it and trying to study for it and prepare for it for a long time. So taking the exam was the most important thing I did in February. In March, I got the results of my PLAB 1 exams, and I passed. Thank God. Also in March, that was when I and my then boyfriend decided to go and meet my parents so that he can be formally introduced to them, and they would, have peace of mind that their daughter has somebody. And if anybody, how parents are, if anybody approaches them to say, oh, I want your daughter to marry my son, they can confidently say, oh, my daughter has somebody. So that happened in March of this year. we took that step. We traveled to see my parents. I have a vlog about that on this channel as well. We traveled to see my parents, and that was very successful. Yeah. Also in March, that was when I had to book for my PLAB 2 exams. It wasn't easy because of finances. The PLAB 2 exam cost about £955. That's a lot of money. I think I'll put the exchange rate on the screen. My parents pulled through for me, my sister pulled through for me to ensure that I was able to book and write the exam. But I'm just so happy that they believed in me and they trusted that it was a good investment in my life. Yeah, I'm really happy about that, because on my own I did not know how I was going to raise that money for the exam, but they pulled through for me. So I booked the exam in March, and we booked it for 5.5 months later. I booked it for that period because I just felt that was a good time to write the exam. I also felt that was enough time for us to raise money for travel, for flight tickets, accommodation, everything. I just felt 5.5 months was good time enough to properly prepare financially. Also, my sister's wedding was also about a month after that period, so I wanted my exams to be before her wedding. So I put all these things into consideration then. Also, just believing in God that a way will come up for the money to just come up. Money needed for all the process. And yeah, that was March. And then April of 2024 was my birthday. That's my birth month. I turned 27. Yeah, I turned 27 April 2024. April 15, 2024, I turned 27. And that was good. What significant thing happened that month? Let's see. Well, I started trying to find a way to prepare for the exam. Oh yes, that was when I started the PLAB 2 exam preparation. That's when I took the 4-month course for the exam. That's when I took the 4-day course for the PLAB 2 exam. And yeah, that was the first step towards preparing for the PLAB 2 exam, and I'm so grateful for that opportunity, because it was my darling husband that paid for the course and was able to provide a serene and secure environment for us to go to and prepare for that 4-day course in a place with sanity, quietness, and everything. So yeah, I'm just so happy for that, because yeah, it was mostly overnight studying, but that was successful. That was April of 2024. So let's go to May. I think May, June, July, those months just went pretty fast. It was all about studying for the PLAB 2 exam. Now I was trying to get visa. I was trying to apply for visa. I needed a sponsor, somebody with not so much money, but somebody with money that can sponsor my trip to the UK. And it was very challenging, but like I said, God just made a way. I was able to use my sister as my sponsor. Yes, she served as my sponsor. I was able to get all the necessary documents and everything required to apply for that visa using her as my sponsor. And I was very, very scared about that, because I didn't know anyone that had traveled and applied for the UK visa using a sponsor. Most people went on their own, but I was not financially stable enough to go on my own. So she served as my sponsor. We got all the necessary documents, and yeah, May, June, July. I think I got my visa in July. it didn't take long from when I applied for it. I got it. So I'm just so grateful that, things just worked out for me in that aspect as well, because I didn't do anything on my own. Okay, I did the applications part, but everything was just praying, God, make a way, create a way. Because take note, my sister's wedding was coming up as well. So a lot of the finances, her own finances, my parents, was all going towards the wedding, and then I also had my exams at the same time. So it was a lot financially on the family, because those are two big projects happening at the same time. But we trust God to make a way. God made a way. Money came from unexpected places towards my family during that period, and I was not even aware of it then, but I'm aware of it now, and that was able to help facilitate the process for me. But yeah, just this whole year and this whole experience I have experienced has made me realize how we are somehow responsible for other people to receive other how do I even put it? Made me realize that God uses we human beings to bless other people, because I was here praying that I need financial provision to be able to book my tickets, to be able to get things on my visa and all of those. I needed serious finances, and there was somebody that was in a position to help and decided to help during that period. So just imagine that person did not help. So it has just made me realize that God uses people to answer the prayers of others. As you are praying, that's why if God touches your heart to give and to help someone, you should, because that is God is using you as an answered prayer. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying, but that is one thing that I have learned the most from 2024, and I plan to apply it in my 2025, and that is to understand and to give more, and to let God use me to bless people with the little that I have. Sometimes you might think what you have is actually little, but it will actually bless someone else. Well, that's it. So sometime in between May, June, July, I also wrote a book and published a book. It's called Operation Gain Weight. So some of you guys may not know, but I've not always looked like this. About 2 years ago, I was malnourished. I was underweight, and that was because of my experience doing house job. My first year as a doctor in Nigeria, I really struggled. I lost so much weight. I became malnourished. But after that year, I was able to get myself back. I was able to eat. My partner was able to help me seriously, and that book is dedicated to him, because he was one responsible for me being able to gain weight and become healthy and just get myself back, even mentally as well. So that book is Operation Gain Weight, and I wrote about my whole process of trying to gain weight, my meal plan, what I was eating, and I made a video on TikTok as well, which went viral, and there are a lot of people. I didn't know that there are lots of people that actually trying to gain weight, but if you want to get a copy of the book, you want to support me, I'll leave the link in the description box. You can get a copy of the book. I just shared my own experience, tips that helped me, and some insights as well as a medical doctor with regards to weight gain. But yeah, in August, I was able to travel to the UK. God provided, and I was able to get money for my flight ticket, which was good. I was able to get money for flight tickets. I was able to, book a flight to travel for the exams. Also was able to get some extra money as well to cover accommodation and a little bit of upkeep as well. Yes, from my family. I had my husband as well. I mean, he was not my husband then, but he was also able to support me as well. So that just made things work out for me. That made things work out for me. I was able to travel for the exam in August. And in September, I took the PLAB 2 exams. I had a great time in the UK. I loved it so much. In fact, I was saying that I didn't think that I would like the UK because of the weather. I have some serious... Why are you laughing? I had some serious issues with the weather, but I loved it there. I stayed in Manchester throughout when I was there, and I loved it there. But yeah, everything that has a beginning has an end. I had to come back. But I came back in that same September. My PLAB 2 results came out, and I was successful. I passed my exams, and I passed it beautifully, thanks be to God. I feel like that's another miracle that happened in my life. Because coming out of that exam, I was not confident in what I had done, but God just proved himself faithful. He proved himself faithful once again. That once you put everything into the hands of God, you just do your best and you leave the rest for God, and he will cover. And he just covered me for that exam. So I'm grateful for that. Coming back to Nigeria in September, went full on wedding planning because my sister's wedding was less than a month from then. Went full on wedding planning. Had to start preparing for the weddings, the send-forth, and everything related to that, which happened in October. In October was my sister's wedding. Thank God it was successful. Everything went well. Everything went beautifully. And that was also the same period that I started my registration to get my full license with the UK's GMC, the UK's Medical Council. And that also went very smoothly for me as well. I count my blessings. There are lots of blessings that have come this year. There are people that applied for the license the same time with me and have still not gotten their license. So it's not that I'm better than them, but it's just the grace of God, honestly. It's just the grace of God. I was able to get my license in October as well, a few days after I applied for it. So that went beautifully. In November, November was last month, I got engaged. I and my partner decided that it was time to move things to the next level, and we got engaged because I'm not the only one engaged. He is also engaged as well. So we got engaged, and we decided that December was a good time to go meet my parents officially. His people come and they meet my parents officially, and we decided to do that in December, which is a recent vlog, probably the last video before this one. We started to do that in December, and it was just God's provision and God's will as well with regards to that, because it was a lot. It was a lot. We're trying to make it small, but for you to, even if something is small, if you want it to be of good quality, you still have to spend. So it was a lot financially, but God still provided as always. So we did the introduction, and we did the traditional rites as well. He paid my bride price, which is the traditional part of getting married, at least in this part of the world. And we are traditionally wedded. So yeah, we are traditionally wedded. And yeah, I think that is where we are now. Currently, I am preparing for an exam, which will be in January. I've also started a little bit of job applications to some hospitals in the UK. It's not easy, but I just believe that God will just pull through for me again this year. But yeah, everything has gone well. There are a lot of plans for next year as well, by the grace of God. Hoping to get a job, to have a wedding, maybe to move, to leave Nigeria, to move to the UK by the grace of God. So I'm just praying to God for provision, because all of this needs money. Oh my God, I did not even mention, in December my channel got monetized. The first level of monetization got monetized. So if you're watching my videos, I've achieved the first level of monetization. This means that my subscribers, you guys are able to send me some little donation, or how they call it. You can decide to give me money if you enjoy my videos. There's something called YouTube thanks or super thanks. It's heart shaped with a dollar sign in the middle. It is right there around where the thumbs up button and everything is, or in the comment section as well. So that is the level of monetization that I have attained. So if you enjoy my videos, you can choose to support my channel, support me, support my life goal, and invest in my career or anything of such. But I'm also hoping to get to 4,000 hours before the end of the year. So please watch my videos till the end, so that I would get to 4,000 watch hours and my channel can be fully monetized, where I can make an extra income from the adverts that are placed on the YouTube channel, on the YouTube videos. So hopefully that will come before the end of the year. Fingers crossed, hoping, yeah. Hopefully that goes well. But yeah, that has been 2024. That's a lot. That's in 2024, and I just hope 2025 is better. I'm praying to God for provision, because this year I've always known the importance of money, but I have realized that you can make plans, a lot of plans, but if there's no money to actually take action, those plans are useless. Well, yeah, we hope for a better 2025, believing that everything will go well, that the plans that we have set, we'll be able to achieve the goals that we have set for 2024, both for me and for you watching this video. I also hope and plan to, achieve some other personal goals, which I want to share with you guys as time goes on. But yeah, that's my 2024 reality. How was yours? Let me know in the comment section. What were the challenges that you experienced in 2024 that nobody actually knew you were going through? Please let me know in the comment section of this video. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up.